Hey, my name is Jaxson Dart, and you are watching Like a Farmer.
Hey y'all, it's Pat with Like a Farmer. Welcome to the season finale of season 1. I want to thank the Illig family for letting me do the last episode here at Maple Ranch. Maple Ranch, one of the best ranches in the country. We're in the great state of Missouri. Brian and Mike Illig, can't thank y'all enough. And I want to thank my guests for coming on the show today. Ole Miss QB Jaxson Dart. Jay Dart, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. Super excited for it.
I want to start off with Utah, man. Kaysville, Utah. Tell me about it. Tell me where you're from.
Yeah, Kaysville, just north of Salt Lake City, about 30 minutes. Moved there into junior high, and it's where my family's at still to this day. Love my home state of Utah. There's just so much, diverse country. I think it's one of the most beautiful states in the country, and there's nothing like home, and I love it, and can't wait to return back, someday when I retire.
Totally. Great athletes come from the state of Utah, too.
That's right.
I mean, what's your favorite athlete out of Utah?
Man, there's a lot. I would say probably my favorite, as of right now, is probably Puka Nacua.
Okay. Puka,
taking
I did not
the
know.
NFL by storm right now.
He is, man.
Yeah.
We were all hanging out at the ranch last night, watching some football. You can't beat this place, right? I mean, Maple Ranch.
Not at all.
How good was that hunt?
Incredible. I mean, these guys, their land is top tier. Everything they do here is top notch, and we've been definitely blessed and fortunate to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's great. So going back to growing up, your family of athletes, right?
That's right.
I mean, Pops was an athlete.
Yep.
You've got some siblings your mom was an athlete.
Yep.
You've got some siblings that are athletes. I mean, tell me about them.
Yeah, I always joke around and say that my mom is the most athletic in the family. She was all-state in 3 sports, in track, and basketball and volleyball. So she's kind of the all-around athlete. My dad played football at the University of Utah. He was a safety there. And then obviously I play at Ole Miss, and then I got a little brother who's a freshman in high school at Corner Canyon who's going to be an absolute stud. So definitely blessed to have those people around me and to help raise me.
That's great, man. Family over everything, and just getting to know you these past couple of days, family means the world to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those are the people that support you and you're going to have your back through it all, through the good times and the bad. I think it says a lot with me being able to move out to Mississippi and them making the sacrifice to see me every single week at every game. That is very important to them and shows true volumes of who they are as parents and family members to me, and I couldn't thank them enough.
Everybody comes to the sip, man. Thanks for the
Let's go.
The new swag.
Let's go.
You look
guys
good.
see
I
the
look
merch?
good.
That's
yeah.
right.
So we've been the last couple of days, man. We've been hunting, we've been fishing, and those two things are a big part of your life, and I can't wait to talk about that. Tell everybody about the hunt that we went on at Maple Ranch.
Yeah. Well, just to start off, I haven't been duck hunting until probably last year when I first moved to Mississippi and kind of got introduced to some of my offensive linemen, and it just really hooked me. I couldn't wait for this season to come around, and got this opportunity to come out to Maple Ranch with you and the Illig family, which was an incredible opportunity. And I was blown away with today. Driving into the hole, you saw, you were surrounded by ducks, and definitely gets your juices flowing, and started off hot in the morning. I've never been a part of a hunt like this with so much action, and just a great time with great people, and I think that is part of hunting and something that you can really appreciate. Had an 8-man limit, and I was blown away.
Yeah, limited out on the
That's
ducks. Right. That doesn't happen a lot. Great times. Hunting or fishing? You do that a lot. I mean, which one are you choosing?
Man, it's tough because they're so different. I feel like
Totally.
In some ways they're similar, but for me, I would have said probably 2 years ago that fishing was my go-to. But I would have to say now with being more diverse in the field of hunting, of being able to hunt waterfowl and big game and small game, there's just so much you can do, and I fall in love with hunting. And really have been a part of it my whole life. So I'd say at this point right now, I'd probably say hunting.
That's awesome. What do you learn from hunting and fishing I know we talk a lot about patience,
Right.
but what do you learn from those two activities that kind of resonates with you on the football field?
I think a big thing that really stands out to me is just being in the moment. I think nowadays it's so easy to get caught up in the outside world, and there's just so many things you can get involved into, and football really keeps you where your feet are. And I think hunting and fishing does the exact same thing. I think that's something that has really taught me to, like you said, be patient, and it correlates to the football field. As a quarterback, things aren't going to come just like this, every single play
Yep.
and whatnot. So and that's how it is hunting. You got to be patient. You never know what to expect, and you got to be ready to make the play when the play's there. But there's so many life lessons that you can learn, and I've grown a lot from both of them.
You've been doing it your whole life.
That's right.
I've got such a great team back home, my research team, and read some things about fishing, keeping you up past your curfew.
Yeah.
When you used to do some fishing, so you've been doing it your whole life. What's some of your favorite memories hunting and fishing that you've been on?
Man, I've had countless memories. I'd probably say this one's a good story. So I was in Idaho with my pops on a mule deer hunt, and it was a rough few days. There was a lot of land to glass, and we weren't really picking out a lot of shooter bucks, and saw a minimal amount of deer. And at times like that, it can get a little stressful, especially when you're in kind of a time crunch. And it just so happened to be our last day. We were just glassing, kind of taking our last rounds on a ridge, and spotted a good buck at 600. We didn't really know how big it was. And my dad was like, because I had never been with my dad when he's killed an animal before, which was weird because I felt like he'd always kill animals when I wasn't there. And then when I was there, it just didn't seem to happen. But he knew it was a buck, and we didn't really know exactly how big it would be. And he had his 300 Ultra Mag, and the sun was glowing right into our eyes, and he couldn't see him through the scope. So I had to shield it with my hat, and I forgot to put my earplugs in.
Oh, what was he shooting?
300 Ultra.
Oh, wow.
And, if anybody knows, that gun is loud, insanely loud. So this was like a 650-yard shot. So I'm shielding him off. I'm not doing it exactly the way he wants to, so it's getting stressful, and he's, the motions are flowing back and forth. And like I said, I completely forgot to put my earplugs in. And I remember when he pulled that trigger, like the ring that I had in my ears was something that I've never experienced before because I was right next to it. And with the sun, we couldn't tell if he had hit it or not.
Yeah.
So we had to, make the trek to go see. Sure enough, he dropped it and smacked it right where he was standing. And it turned out to be one of his, biggest bucks that he's killed. And I think that moment between a father and son is definitely something that you'll never forget. We're just hugging, celebrating. I felt like people could hear us for miles with where we were at when we were celebrating. But that's definitely one that has stood out to me in my history of hunting. Most recently, I had hunting and fishing experience where I was able to take 2 of my offensive linemen to Utah. And,
there you go. Some little teammate bonding time.
That's right.
I mean, those guys, they're protecting your tail on the field, so
you got to keep them happy.
You got to keep them happy.
That's right. But they're my best friends, so it was a great trip. We were able to all kill turkeys, and that was my turkey. That was my first turkey that I've ever killed. And we were also able to catch some awesome lake trout. A trophy lake trout. For me, it was a little over 60 pounds. Just an absolute stud. And then we were all able to kill turkeys, and we were all able to do that in the span of 2 days. So, that was a memory that I'll never forget, just being around my friends. And yeah, it was just an incredible trip.
That's awesome. Any cool upcoming trips you got?
Yeah, I'm actually, after our bowl game, I'll be going to the Sonora Desert with my dad and my grandpa.
There you go.
Yep, in Mexico, and hunting mule deer. I'm going to go try to kill a trophy and make another great memory.
That'll be fun. Have you ever been to Mexico?
I mean, I've been to like Cancun
yeah.
and Cabo,
There you
but
go.
never the Sonora. I've always been close to the beach.
That's awesome. So let's talk about sports, man. High school football, and there's been some studs come out of this high school. What was the high school that you
Corner
went to?
Canyon.
Okay, did you play both baseball and football there?
So the first high school I went to for my freshman and junior year was Roy High School.
Okay.
A little about 20 minutes north of Kaysville in Roy, Utah.
Yep.
And then I ended up transferring my senior year to Corner Canyon. Give all the credit to Roy High School. They're the ones who raised me and kind of molded me into the player that I was.
Yeah.
Coach Fernandez did a great job. And then my senior year, I was able to just let my product display on the field and being an assistant that perfectly fitted my skill set with great players at Corner Canyon and Coach Kerr who had us freaking rolling. I think we were like number 6 in the country my senior year. So definitely a ton of talent that came out of that both of those schools.
Yeah. What Zach Wilson came out of?
Yep, he was right before me.
What made you choose, because you played both baseball and football, like at what point did you say, hey, I'm going to go all in on football?
Football has always been the one that stood out to me the most. Growing up, I would say it would have probably depended on the season and what was my favorite sport at the time. But getting into high school, football was definitely my favorite. And quite honestly, high school was tough. Like the recruitment process was really tough for me. At one point, I even thought, I was like, all right, I'm going to have to go play college baseball. Like that's the only time I'm going to be able to get a scholarship.
What position were you playing in baseball?
I was a corner infielder.
There you go.
Yeah, hot corner on both sides.
Love that, man.
Love it. To this day, I miss it like crazy. I love baseball.
I think you made the right choice.
Yeah.
You're doing not too bad.
I appreciate it. But I would say going into my senior year, I just made the sacrifice that I was going to go all in on football and, whatever it took in the off season for me to develop my skill set, to try to get noticed, try to have anybody take a shot on me was something that I was really chasing and got put in with a great group of private trainers in 3D QB and Taylor Kelly, Adam Dado, and John Beck over there in California. And I was able to surround myself with elite players. And I think that really pushed me to, be the player that I was because, I was training with Bryce, I was training with CJ, and those guys who were 5 stars and some of the best in the country. And, that's what I looked up to. And then going into my senior season, it got shut down because of COVID, and I didn't have any offers. My only offer was a gray shirt from BYU, which isn't really ideal to go into a college.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Now, what does that mean?
A gray shirt is basically like you have to pay tuition for your first year, and then you'll get on scholarship the next year. I think that's kind of how it works.
Okay.
So it wasn't like an immediate, like you get a full ride scholarship.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. And during COVID, there wasn't football, there wasn't things going on, so all the quarterbacks around the country just started committing to schools.
Yeah.
So every school had a quarterback commit. And so I knew that whatever school that I was going to go into a class that had 1 or 2 quarterbacks in it with me, and I was going to have to compete with. Fortunately, the state of Utah started their season on schedule, and nobody else in the country did it. So I think by the time we got to like week 4 of my senior season, the other states around had just gotten to week 1.
Yeah.
And ESPN kind of caught notice, there wasn't games and stuff going on. There wasn't a lot of excitement because of COVID, shutting things down. And they took the chance to go to a high school game. And I think from that moment forward, everything in my life from the recruitment process and my future completely changed because of that.
You started balling out.
Yeah.
Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yes, sir.
Senior year, right?
Yes, sir.
I remember that. T-Law gave you the award, right? And Lawrence gave you the award?
Yep.
That's freaking awesome, man. Yeah, I could, doing my research on Jaxson Dart, you could just tell something happened that year, and it just kind of took you to the next level. And COVID's going on.
Right.
So after your senior year, give me that process when you think about coaches coming in and recruiting you and, okay, where am I going to go? Let me do visits. Let me do this. How tough was that during COVID?
Well, I wasn't able to go on any visits.
That's what I'm saying. So
everything was virtual. So everything that we did was over Zoom calls. And imagine how hard that is picking a school, especially if you're going to a school that's out of state and
Correct.
you've never even seen it in person.
Yeah.
Never met the coaches in person,
Yep.
anything like that. So that was extremely difficult to make a decision. Plus my recruitment process coming so late into my senior year, honestly, it was pretty dang stressful because at the same time, I didn't think I was going to be getting a football scholarship. So I also had to try to prepare and graduate early within like the last however many months and take online classes so I could do that. So there was a lot of factors going on, and it was stressful for me and my family because we had to make a decision so quickly. But COVID definitely made things hard, and I mean, trying to make relationships with people over a Zoom call is unrealistic.
Yeah. So you're doing the recruiting process, and then my guy Jaxson picks the bright lights of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Going to USC. Tell me about that.
Well, USC as a West Coast kid is the prime destination for quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
I mean, look at the history that they've had, the Heisman winners that they've produced.
Yep.
That was never a dream school of mine growing up. It was always the University of Utah, but I saw what they had put together in their history, and I know that the brand and everything that they had at that time was proven and something that, if I bet on myself, that I can make work. So I think a lot of that had to do with me going to USC. But man, LA is a different animal.
It's a beast, man.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, there's always something going on in LA, man. So we keep talking about Utah, and you're from Utah, and I mean, you've got the great university in Utah. Why not Utah? Why didn't you go play there?
Growing up, Utah was always my dream school.
Yeah.
It was where my dad went. My mom transferred to the University of Utah as well, so they were both alums. I mean, I had season tickets since I was a little kid, and I'd always dreamed of playing in Rice Eccles. I'll always remember a phone call that my dad got during the recruiting process, and they first discussed me playing defense instead of offense, which to me was a little bit of a slap in the face.
Yeah.
And it came like the
Did
end
you
of
ever
my
play
junior-
D, like in
Yeah,
high
like
school?
growing up, my dad tried to have me
Yeah.
be just like him, play safety.
Yep.
Just so happened that I was the best one who could throw the ball on my team. So he had me play both ways, but I loved both of them. And then really wasn't until like midway through my junior high that I was like, all right, like I'm a real quarterback.
Yeah.
So I've always had like that physical aspect of, the game, and I think you can see that when I play. I run the ball a lot, and I kind of move differently than a lot of other quarterbacks do. And my mom always gets on my butt about me not sliding, and that always
Dude, you remind me of somebody, and I'm trying to think who you remind me of. He wears number 17. He's from California. He plays for the Buffalo Bills, man. JA-17. I can see it. I mean, you don't want to say dog.
Dog.
Josh, dog.
Dog.
Jaxson, dog.
Come on.
But he doesn't slide. I mean, if he's got the ball, he's running over you, jumping over you,
right?
Or he's already in the end zone before you even know he has the ball. I mean, so he's not a slider either. So I respect the hustle.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the most entertaining guys to watch in all of football.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime the Bills are playing, everybody's going to take the extra time to watch Josh play and watch what he does. And he's definitely somebody that I've kind of wanted to model a lot of my game after.
Yeah.
Because I see so many similarities of our play style. But going back, so, I've trained to be a quarterback my whole life.
Yep.
Grinding with, the extra work of, finding private quarterback coaches and taking all that time. And I just remember like the feeling that I got of like it was somewhat disrespect to me because, obviously my dad played DB there and he played on the defense side of the ball, but, having them, not recognize my skill set at quarterback and see it as, a linebacker, a safety, was definitely that, hit hard to me, and definitely like bugged my parents a little bit because, they wanted me to stay home, of course. So that was pretty tough. But, I think that it all ended out playing for the better, and it definitely motivated me. And, I couldn't really look at them the same, especially once I got in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
After that, as a school that I'd go to from our first interactions.
Totally. My guy just wants the ball 24/7. I mean, I respect it. So you mentioned the portal. That leads into a great segment here.
Yeah.
So you get into the portal, and I'm sure, getting highly recruited, and you decide to go to the SIP, which I love,
SIP.
man. Ole Miss, here I come. Tell me about that and why Ole Miss.
I mean, there's a lot to love about Ole Miss.
And was there, other people coming after you too when you entered the port before Ole Miss?
Yeah. So it starts when, we finish my freshman season. Our coaches got fired week 2, and there really wasn't a lot of, how do I say this? There wasn't a lot of positivity going around in the locker room and the coaching staff because, our head coaches got fired.
Yep.
There wasn't a lot of future with their staff there. There wasn't a lot of future with the players there because of all the movement of the portal and whatnot. And that was a pretty tough season, especially for USC, not being able to even go to a bowl game. And then I had some injuries which took me out of several games. But then, Lincoln Riley gets hired.
Yep.
And, initially I was ecstatic, all right, I get to play under Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
He's been, great at OU and has done, insane things with Heisman quarterbacks.
Yeah, correct.
And so initially I'm juiced. And then you see a lot of the rumors getting around of Caleb, getting into the portal. And, I didn't really know what, that meant for me and my future there. And, I'd try to have conversations like, hey, what's your plan? Where do you see this going? Just so I can make a decision for myself. And, because obviously Caleb's his guy. It was his guy that he recruited out of high school. It was his guy that he coached for Caleb's freshman year. And, I'm not going to take away from anything like that because Caleb's an incredible player and the best player in college football. But, you could say Jaden. Jaden was insane this year.
Yo, Jaden was insane. But, I'm with you. Caleb, insane. Caleb, dog. Jaden, dog. It's hot right now in college football for the QBs.
Yeah, so, I didn't really know what my future was just going to be because I'd never had, a previous relationship with Lincoln. And there was a lot of beating around the bush in our conversations of, what did you want? What did you see me in your program versus, what was going to actually happen? And I felt like it got to the point where, there just wasn't enough truth going into our conversations that I was like, all right, I have to make, the best move for myself. And I had recent coaches from USC that got hired at Ole Miss.
Yeah. And
coaches that I loved when I was at USC. So that was initially the first thing that caught my eye. Obviously the success and the excitement around the program of him having Matt Corral and them having the 10-win season going into the Sugar Bowl. And there's just a lot of excitement going into the program. And that's what caught my eye initially. Funny story is I remember when I first got into the portal, the day of, I kind of just set my phone down. Didn't really know what to expect. And I just turned on the TV and I click on just a random channel. And the very first show that turns on is The Blind Side. And at that time, I didn't think much of it. But,
it's like a sign.
It is.
Yeah.
As you reflect on everything that the process brought to you, you remember moments like that. And, it was just super, at that time, that was really cool to see how it comes full circle. But, got contacted by, Ole Miss.
So when you say you got contacted by Ole Miss, does Coach Lane, Coach Kiffin just call you up and say, Dart, let's get to business? Or
it was the whole staff.
Yeah.
Offensively and defensively. I remember the first time I got on the phone with Coach Kiff, I was like, man, this dude is cool.
Dog.
He's a dog, right? He's not like every other coach in college football.
He's not.
He's his own breed of coach, and I just thought it was super cool with how he carried himself. The swag that he brought to the program and with himself, and it was something that I really wanted to further my experience and see what they had to offer by going on a visit there. Talked to the University of Georgia and Coach Monken when he was the OC there.
Yeah.
And then Oklahoma with Coach Levy at that time and Coach Venables, and then BYU. You know, those were probably my top schools that I had kind of narrowed my list down and then was able to check them out.
Would have loved to have had you in Gainesville, man. I wish the Gators would have made that list, but.
You know, what's interesting is Billy Napier was my very first offer out of high school when he was at Louisiana Lafayette.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coach Billy.
Utah to Louisiana. That was a little too far for me.
Dude's got an eye for talent, man. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I love Billy. Billy was awesome.
Tell me about, and we talked about it a little bit, I mean, Lane is a different animal, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, I think he's one of the best coaches in college football, and he resonates with the players, too. I mean, golly, it's just, I love Lane Kiffin. I love Lane. Lane is my guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to have my new swag.
Show what we got here. We got Come to the Sip.
Come to the Sip. Coach
Shout
Kiff, man, if you ever need me on the sideline, just give me a holler. I'll be there in a heartbeat. But tell me about Lane.
Yeah, he is a unique person. He is, you know, you see all of his Twitter activity.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's a troll on Twitter, which I love because it just, you know, it shows like his confidence and how he just likes to have fun.
Yeah.
And then when you get around him, you know, you talk ball and he's the smartest offensive mind that you've been around, and the things that he can see from just tape or, you know, pre-snap in a game and things like that is really a special skill set that he's developed and has obviously allowed him to have an incredible amount of success at every level that he's coached.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of our conversations have nothing to do with football, and I think that has made our relationship a lot tighter. And you know, he cracks me up, man. Like, there's just, like you said, there's nobody like him, and there's definitely not a funner person to play for than Lane Kiffin.
I love that, man. I'm telling you, he's the GOAT. He really is. You've got a bowl game coming up.
Yeah.
Penn State in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. I'm excited to be in the house watching you. I'm super pumped.
Mercedes-Benz.
I'll be in the Benz on December 30th. How pumped are you? And you know, you've got Penn State, who is really good at defense. You've got Ole Miss, who's got a firepower of an offense. Like, it's going to be a game. Like, I mean, tell me about it. Tell me how pumped you are.
Well, I'm just jacked because we have a chance to make history and, you know, do something that Ole Miss has never done before. You know, there's never been an 11-win season in school history.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So we get the opportunity to go into the Benz against the Nittany Lions and hash it out.
Dart, that's huge, man.
I know it. So, you know, I'm excited to go try to make history and do something that's never been done before. Like you said, they are one of the best defenses in college football. They're so physical, and what they bring to the table is just really hard to go up against. But it's going to be a battle, and it's going to be like such a fun game to watch because, like you said, a great defense versus a great offense, and you know, it's going to be a brawl, and it's going to go all the way to the end. So I can't wait for it.
Pumped to be there. You can't miss you on the field either, man. I mean, that you've got the black paint on your right eye. What's that all about?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a story. Started off in high school. My freshman year, I remember turning on the TV and watching LSU play, and there was a defensive back for him. I can't remember who it was at that time, but he did it on both eyes. And I was like, oh, like, that's cool. Like, I've never seen somebody do it like that. Sure enough, just kind of got the idea of like, all right, I'm a hunter. I'm a quarterback. My last name's Dart. My dominant eye is my right eye. I'm going to put it over my right eye because that's my shooting eye. And
love that.
So started off doing that in high school. People seemed to like it. And I was like, all right, like, this is going to be like my trademark. Like, I'm going to start doing it. A lot of people say like Aiden Hutchinson started it.
Yeah.
You can look at all of his posts, look at my posts. You can see who did it first. That's all I got to say. I did it first.
Ooh, I like that.
Because he does every game
Dart
too.
with a hot take.
Yeah. But, you know, kind of put it out there in college. And, you know, it's fun when you're able to look out in the stands. You see little kids and people have the eye paint and they put it on too.
100%,
and, see kids dress up on Halloween and do it. And I just think it's unique. And something that nobody's done. So that's kind of how it started. As I got more into it, I kind of attributed it to I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And
Okay. What's your favorite? I mean, there's like 20 of those movies. Which one are you going?
Quite honestly, I'm going to have to say this is a hot take too.
Okay.
So I like the shows more than I like the original movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which the movies are great.
Yeah.
You know, they're classics.
TV show
them.
guy.
But I'm going to have to say like the Clone Wars series is probably my favorite.
Are you somebody that like celebrates May 4th like pretty hard?
Yeah.
May the 4th
Absolutely.
be with you. Yeah.
I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I've dressed up as a Jedi or something for Halloween when I was a kid. So, you know, that's kind of been my thing.
That's awesome. College football, man, nothing gets better. I mean, even stories like that, like you can't beat college football and what it is. You really can't. And we celebrated a lot. And you know, even starting this show like a farmer, it's to celebrate rural America, educate people about who your farmers are, where your food comes from, hunting, fishing, conservation.
Yeah.
But how we get together as a country and as a family on Saturdays to watch college football, there's nothing better. I mean, that's kind of like, that's the mission of this show right here, is to like, we've got to celebrate people. We have to educate people. And like that, college football is something that brings people together.
Absolutely.
And that's why I thought you'd be a great addition to the show. And it's one, in my opinion, it's getting to be like the staple sport of rural America. I mean, it's super cool to, and Ole Miss, right? I mean, you think about Ole Miss is in the middle of rural America.
Right.
There's so much ag and farmers all around that. So it's really cool to see that sport going to where it's at today.
Yeah, I mean, it's the greatest sport on earth. It is.
Another hot take.
Come on now.
No, I'm with you, 100%.
Come on now.
Yeah.
It's the greatest sport on earth. It, like you said, it brings people together from different parts of the country. You know, just the relationships that I made with my teammates. Where I'm a kid from Utah, and I'm playing with kids who are, you know, from Miami, Florida, from, you know, Midwest, you know, all around the country. It totally just brings people together, and the relationships that you make, you know, you wouldn't make without it. And you know, I've fallen in love with, you know, the atmospheres you get to play in, you know, the hostile environments with, you know, hundred thousands of people, you know, watching and yelling and booing.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the most thrilling thing that you can be a part of, and you know, something that I really never want to leave.
Everybody loves college football.
Yep.
Maybe not FSU fans right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Might be
That's
too
tough.
soon, but everybody loves college
Ouch.
football. I know, ouch. Sorry, fellow. I mean, I'm a Gator, so it's not. I had to maybe throw that dagger in. We actually, in my opinion, honestly, Jaxson, I mean, we've got a great playoff this year. We really do.
I agree. I think that there should have been 2 SEC teams in there. I think Georgia should have been there too.
I'm with you.
I mean, in my opinion, I'm
you,
gonna throw it
man.
out there. Like, Georgia and Alabama are the best 2 teams in the country. So
I agree with you 200%. I really do. Who do you like taking it all this year?
I mean, you gotta go Bama.
Gotta go
SEC.
Bama.
They're hot right now.
Uncle Nick's tough to beat, man.
Uncle Nick, man. I mean, there's nobody does like Uncle Nick.
No.
You know, I've played them twice, and you know, my first year we had them on the ropes. You know, that's a game that's gonna forever haunt me.
I know.
But you know, they just find ways to win in just unorthodox ways, and they win in ways that aren't the same every single game. They win it on defense, they win it on offense, they win it on a special teams play. And they're so disciplined, and Coach Saban does an incredible job, obviously. But they're hot right now. Jalen's playing good, and you know, I think they're going to go and beat Michigan, and I think they're going to go win it all. What I hope is they play Texas again.
Yeah, it's going to be an Alabama-Texas
Because
rematch.
everybody's like, oh, like, you know, Texas is better than them because they played them and beat them.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, teams get better you know,
Totally.
throughout the year. And
And,
they're hot.
I mean, Nick's already got some tape on you against his team.
And they got a chip. I
got
don't
a
see
chip.
I don't see anybody beating them.
Correct. What do you think going to Alabama was your toughest environment to play? I mean, you haven't played in the swamp yet, so this answer is going to change.
Right.
But, like, What do you think the toughest environment to play in?
Auburn at night, Jordan Hare is crazy. LSU Death Valley is crazy. The cowbells in Starkville, Mississippi is the most obnoxious and annoying sound that you can hear. And
the Egg Bowl, man.
The Egg Bowl, bro. Like, they don't cheer loud during the game. All they do is they have the noise enhancers of the cowbells. You know, it's not loud when they cheer. It's just loud because they ring the cowbells.
Yeah.
But there's, I mean, at SEC, man, like
it's
every week.
Yeah.
And you could even bring up College Station.
Yeah.
Texas A&M.
12th man.
You know, where they have like a million chants that they just do throughout the game. And you're like, how do these people remember all these chants? But, you know, there's a lot of hostile environments and, you know, places that I've dreamed of playing in, and I've loved playing in those environments and winning in those environments. I mean, that's the best feeling that you can get.
Yeah. But, dude, the Egg Bowl win.
Oh, yeah. Gritty.
And that video that y'all made after, that was such a great video.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have to reenact that one, man. And that goes back to Lane. What a player's coach, man.
I know it. I think that, you know, sometimes you do things with him because he's the one who's like, let's do this, like, let's try this. You know, for some guys that go out on visits, he's like, all right, like, let's do this, like, let's start controversy. Yeah. You see him when he goes to recruit kids in the portal. He's like taking pictures in front of like other schools and whatnot, just to, like, you know, be a troll and whatnot. But he absolutely is a player's coach, and, you know, we all love playing for him. And at the end of the day, you know, with all that being said, you know, he's a winner, and you know, that matters most to him. And I think that's something that as players we can all get behind him and really buy into what he does.
Yeah. Lane, love that guy. So tell me about you, man. I mean, when you think about Jaxson Dart off the field, I want to talk about you off the field. You've got style, baby. I mean, you have got swag. Every picture that I see of you, you've got the Louis Vuitton on, you got the shell necklace on. I mean, you're always swagged out. Like, where does that come from? Where does that style come from?
Starts with my parents. My mom, she loves fashion. Kind of put it on to my dad, and my dad, I mean, he's getting older up there, but, you know, he's got drip. For how old he's just got drip.
I love that, man.
You know, he's a sneakerhead like I am, and I've just fallen in love with just fashion and different trends that people bring out, and, you know, just putting pieces together that are unique and whatnot. So, you know, going into we have the Walk of Champions before every game. I have my fits pre-selected before the season ever starts, so I have it week by week of, you know, the home games that we have.
Who picks the fits?
Me.
Nice.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom will help me, but no, I pick it out and I have it ready to roll.
You've got to, man. I mean, if you're the starting QB for the Ole Miss Rebels, I mean, they have a great social media team. I mean, you've got to make sure you're looking good.
Yeah. You know, you want to look good, you want to play good, you want to feel good. If you go out there and you have no swag, how I am, I'm not gonna like look at 100,000 people and feel like all right, like I'm that guy.
Listen, like, if you look good,
say it.
You feel good.
Come on, one more time.
If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, they pay good.
Let's go, man.
I knew you'd like that.
Yeah, that's a big one. I like that.
But that's cool, man. I mean, you can tell every week by week. I mean, you care about your presence, which I'm sure everybody respects. But the fashion hustle is, I mean, it's great.
Well, I appreciate it. I get a lot of heat from some of my teammates because, you know, in the South, I feel like it doesn't really have as, like, the fashion trend is not really the same as, like, the West Coast and whatnot. So, you know, my offensive linemen who are from small towns are like, bro, what are you wearing? I'm like, dude, like, what are you wearing?
Don't worry about me.
Don't worry about me.
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing? But yeah, I mean, fashion, it's another thing that brings people together, and it's something that's fun, and I think it kind of brings out, you know, people's creativity, and you can have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. I want to do a segment on the show, and it's called The Biggest Gamble.
All right.
So, and we talk about it all the time on this show. I mean, farmers, ranchers, conservationists, every single day they take gambles, right? Farmers especially. I mean, what am I going to grow this year? When am I going to grow it? Where am I going to grow it? You know, every single day there's a gamble to be had.
Right.
What do you think in life has been the biggest gamble you've ever taken?
I mean, last night, we're playing a pool game, and it's going to be, me and you who's going to host each other on a hunt. Tell the people who won.
Jaxson beat me in pool, and that means I owe him a hunt down in Florida. We're going to go kill an Osceola. So, yeah, Jaxson won. I let him win, yes, I know, but he won. But
no, in all seriousness, that's a tough question. I mean, I can say an obvious one of going to, Mississippi and starting a new life after being, close to home at USC was a big gamble. It's not an easy place to get to for my family. And I think it taught me a lot of, truly being independent and learning, who I am.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of things you got to figure out as a college athlete nowadays. There's a lot of things involved. There's a lot of people that are, nagging at you for this and for that.
It's a different day and age.
It is. And, at times it can be really hard when you don't have, your folks right there with you, your family right there with you. But, I mean, that was, my transition. I mean, it wasn't easy. But, I think that it's a gamble that's definitely paid off. There was a lot of questions, when I first went there of, was this the right move? Is this the right move? And, at the end of the day, you got to fall in love with the process of what your purpose is and where you want to be in life.
Yeah.
And, regardless of, adverse situations that you may face, you got to stay the course. And it's definitely paid off. But I mean, quite honestly, like that was a really big gamble
Absolutely.
for me and my family.
What do you think the biggest gamble you've taken since going to Ole Miss?
I'd probably say having to decipher your time of the people that you surround yourself with. There's you have a lot of friends that you leave from moving places.
Yep.
You have a lot of close family members, and when you have a big crowd of people that you're supposed to take care of.
Yep.
And people who were your friends back then, who might not be matching your same intents nowadays. I think having to gamble with who are the close people in your circle versus who are the ones that are kind of back and forth.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I think that can be a gamble that a lot of people get caught up in, and I think that you see a lot of athletes all the time who are made out to do something incredible and they have all the talents in the world, but they get caught up in distractions, and a lot of it is because of who you surround yourself with.
Yep.
And I think me having maturity and realizing that it's okay, you're not responsible for everybody's happiness.
Yeah, it's a great point. And like we talked about, this is a different age in college football, especially with NIL.
Right.
I mean, how do you navigate the NIL? Because, and we've talked about it a lot, you are your own brand and you're very specific, which I love about you, on what brands you want to associate yourself with. And
Right.
I'm honored that you're Like a Farmer's one of them, but how are you navigating NIL right now?
Fortunately, I have a lot of help.
You do. We've got our boy. We've got a mutual friend, T.
Yep.
Love T. Shout out T for sure.
Absolutely. Having those people who are there for my best interest.
Yeah.
People who have had a ton of experience in this field and being able to navigate you through it has definitely been a huge benefit to me. It's definitely tough when you have an opportunity like this that can be really good right now in your life, but for me, I'm looking for relationships and,
Yep.
and genuine friendships that I can carry on for a long term, just a long term relationship instead of just short term. So there's a lot of things you have to look into with that stuff, but fortunately, like I said, for me, I have our mutual friend C and
Yeah.
and my parents who do a great job of helping me navigate through it.
So you talk about these brand partnerships that you've been associating yourself with, and like I mentioned, you do a great job choosing who you want to associate with, and I admire, that might be one of the most things I admire about you is, how you present yourself and who you associate yourself with. One big one, Realtree.
Yep.
Love those guys. Tell me how that even came about.
Yeah, it was really just one of my first interactions when I got to Ole Miss, meeting Tyler and the Jordan family. You could feel their generosity and their genuine care for the program and what they stand on was something that I really, felt like I wanted to be a part of. They do a great job with what they do, and obviously they're a huge brand and great people, and I just want to surround myself with great people. So, you got the hoodie on today.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyler and those guys for, getting your height.
Yep.
But yeah, those guys are great, and I've really enjoyed our relationship and look forward for what's next.
That's awesome. One more thing, Super Bowl this year. Who's in it? Who's winning it?
We're gonna go Bills Mafia.
Okay, now we're talking.
We got Josh.
Yep.
I'm not just saying this because
Yeah.
And I got them, and I got the 49ers. I got the 49ers going out on top.
You had to choose a team to go to in the NFL.
Yeah.
Who would it be? And your answer, first of all, is going to be like, look, I'm going to be honored and blessed and appreciative
100%.
for whoever picks me. But
Yeah, that's a tough question. It's honestly one that I've thought about a lot.
yeah,
Growing up in Utah, there's not like a close NFL team to me, so
kind of
I've
who are you
always-
cheering for?
I was always cheering for players.
Yeah.
Really wasn't teams. I mean, at one time I did choose the Jaguars as my favorite team, and the reason was because I wanted to pick a team who, regardless of if they were going to be good eventually, that I would not be a bandwagon. So I had to decide over the Miami Dolphins or the Jacksonville Jaguars, who at that time were the two worst teams in the NFL.
Yep.
Ended up picking the Jaguars, so I guess
Okay.
that's my team now.
There you go.
But I mean, honestly, I kind of look at it as, living in Texas or living in Florida, place who don't have income taxes or,
go.
low income tax like that.
Hey,
I mean, that would be a great place to play.
stand on your business, man.
Come on.
I respect it. We're going to do one more segment. It's called This or That. Okay? I'm going to ask you a this or that question, and then you ask me one. Like I mentioned, I have a great team back home, and I think I know everything about Jaxson Dart. You're a big reality TV show fan. Bachelor. I mean, you love The Bachelor. Are you going Love Island or Bachelor? Which one are you choosing?
Bachelor.
Bachelor?
There's too much stuff going on in Love Island.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Love Island's more fake than The Bachelor. So I'm going to say Bachelor because I feel like that's more
I could see you
genuine.
maybe after football. If you aren't with anybody, I could see you maybe joining that show one day.
Yeah, I got a great girlfriend right now, so.
Yo, there you
that'd
go.
be right now.
I respect that.
Yeah.
All right, you go. Ask me one.
All right. Let's go with Italian food or Mexican food.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going Mexican food though, man. I love spicy food. I love tacos. I love quesadillas. I love burritos. I love nachos. I mean, I love Mexican food.
All right. What's your favorite, like, if you're going to a Mexican restaurant right now, like, what's your order?
Oh, I'm going to start off with chips and salsa, but I want the cheese dip with the beef, 100%. And then I'm going to go a chicken, cheese, jalapeno quesadilla with a margarita, baby. That was a good one. Jaxson, I loved having you on the show today, man. I truly look at you as a friend. I was fortunate enough to get to hang out with you for a couple of days. We got to hunt. I mean, you talk about spending quality time with somebody.
No doubt.
Duck hunting. You got guns in there. You're blasting birds. You're freezing our tails off. I mean, it was so cold this morning, but
I've had the time of my life being out here, spend time with you. I mean, these relationships that I've been able to make, over this past night and this morning are some that I never thought that I would be able to make, and I'm really fortunate and grateful for you guys for bringing me along, and look forward to the future because I feel like it's going to be a great one.
Look forward to seeing you Saturday, December 30th after the game in Hotlanta.
Yep.
After a big win. I'll be there, man. I'll be cheering you on. Ole Miss QB Jaxson Dart coming on the show, the last show of season 1 of Like a Farmer. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, not only this episode, but for the whole season. We've got some great stuff coming to you season 2. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe to Like a Farmer. We'll see y'all next time.